Bernadette on?
Hi, Wendy.
Just
Hi,
getting
Wendy.
used
Hi, Julie.
to all of the new
Hi,
names
Peter.
and faces.
Yeah.
Paula's
Hello.
here. Paula's here.
I'm Paula.
Hi, Paula.
Hey, Paula.
Welcome, Paula. Nice to
Thank
see
you. Good to see you all.
Good to see
Hi,
you.
Diane.
Look at that beautiful view behind you.
Wow, that's nice.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Oh, well.
Hey, everyone's quiet today. This is very unusual.
Is Bernadette here
know.
yet?
Very unusual.
Not yet. I'm gonna add her in a second. Let me ring few people.
I just saw her a second ago.
I've been
Thank you.
keeping
There's
myself
Judy. We see
very
Judy.
much.
Hi, Tony.
Hey, where's Sunny?
There's Peter. Hi, Peter.
Hello, Peter.
Hi, Sunny.
Hello, Peter.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, Erica.
Hi, Erica.
Hello, Nuno.
Hey, Lee.
Hi,
Hello,
Diane.
Erica.
Hi, Judy.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Lee.
Hi,
Hi,
Judy.
Judy.
Hello.
Hi, Judy.
Hi, Judy. Hi, Judy. Oh,
Nice
pink
to see you.
Lippenstein, you, Judy. Beautiful color.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, where's Yuri today? She's missing.
Dandy.
Where is
Hi,
you?
Peter. Danity.
Hi, Donna.
Hello,
Hi,
Peter.
Donna.
Hey,
Hi,
Donna.
Harry.
Hello, Donity.
Hi, Esther.
Hi,
Hi, Esther.
Hi,
Hello.
Esther.
Hey, Esther.
Hi,
I see Alfred.
Oh, my God.
Hi, Yuri.
Hey, Yuri.
Hey,
Hi, Yuri.
There's Yuri.
Hello.
We were
on the wrong channel. That's Harry. Hi, Harry.
Hi, Wendy.
There's
Hi,
Harry.
Erica.
Harry. Hi, Esther. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Peter. Hi, Debbie.
Hi, Esther.
Hey, Hector's here.
Was that Hector?
Debbie and Beth.
Debbie.
Good to see you, Beth.
Debbie.
Hi,
Hi,
Hector.
Hector.
Hi, everybody.
I'm sorry, I won't be able to record.
Hi, all of a sudden.
Oh, Yuri's here. Yay.
Yuri can't record though.
Hi, Yuri.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi, Yuri.
Everyone.
Hi, Yuri.
Hey,
Bernadette.
Bernadette.
Hi, Bernadette.
Hi, Judy.
Again.
Hi,
Hello. Hi, John.
Hello.
Hi, Jane.
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Judy. Hi, Noreen.
Hey,
Hi,
buddy.
Julie.
Hi,
Hi, Donna. Hi, Esther. Hi, Lily.
Nuno.
Hi, Bernadette.
Hi, Elaine. Oh, hello.
Donna D.
Hi, Yuri.
Donna D. Was trying to start the call early.
Peter's ready to go.
Yay, Donna D.
Donna D. Donna D. You gave us a drink. Yes, you gave us a
Early.
drink.
5
Early
minutes
bird.
ago. It was an accident.
We're all too eager.
Eager indeed, yes.
That's right.
Hi, Julie.
Hello, Wendy. How are you, sweetie?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Always lovely to see you.
Wonderful.
The silence.
Wonderful.
I'm magnificent.
You are magnificent.
You
Hi,
are.
Harry.
Hi, Harry.
Hello, Harry.
Nice shades.
Yay.
Where is Sunny?
Well,
He's here.
Bubble. Sunny, are you still there?
Yeah, she's got an S bubble. You know.
Oh, she's got the bubble. Okay.
Oh, I don't see Alex today. I'm here.
Okay,
Alex.
good.
Hi, Alex. No, hi, Julie.
Julie.
Ryan.
Julie.
Oh, sorry.
I saw the bubble too.
I don't know.
Hi.
Let me
Hey.
try Alex.
Catherine
See what
has
happens.
arrived.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine. Can't see you.
Now, which one are you, Catherine? Where are you?
I don't
Raise
see
your
her.
hand.
Hey.
I don't see Catherine.
I
I
don't.
haven't seen her yet either. But I
Hi,
saw her.
Diana. Hi, Di.
Hey, Dad.
Hi, Erica.
I did a roll call.
Hello.
I guess Alex is not answering. Brenda
Erika.
and Bonnie are not coming.
Alex is sick today, I think, Noreen. I don't think she's going to make it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's
I'll
so
stop
fun.
ringing her then.
I like your hair, Diana.
Is that
Yes.
Paula? Paula?
Yes.
I'm
Thank
Paula.
you.
Hey, Paula. Welcome to your
Thank
first
you.
call.
Oh, Paula.
Yeah, thanks.
Hello, Paula.
Hiya, Paula.
Paula.
Hey, Jan.
Exciting to have you.
It's great to be here.
Yay.
Wonderful.
Okay, I'm recording. Yuri, you recording?
Again, I'm having issue.
Huh?
Yeah, I can't do. I'm having issue with my map. so
Okay, mine
record-
is recording. So.
The thing is, we are all recording, right? Experience
Yeah,
feeling.
I wish I can, but you know,
Yeah, that's true.
I can't do it.
Yuri's
Yeah.
breaking up today a little bit.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
breaking up.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
You're breaking up, Yuri. It's hard to hear you.
I am.
You're better now.
I'm not breaking up. Breaking up is
Oh
hard
yeah,
to
I'm
do.
supposed to record today.
I hear you.
On the road
Yuri.
again, Harry.
Yes. I just,
So let's begin. Things are changing very rapidly. They are changing beyond my consciousness. I prepared
Wow.
for this by going to sleep.
Wow.
I've never done that before.
Oh,
And Nell's reaction is it's a low energy day. There are 4 major fires out in Colorado.
Yeah.
In California, there are over 500 fires.
Wow.
Over 1 million acres
Wow.
are burning right now. And the information about clones is coming fast and furious through Charlie Ward. And 2 of his videos are on Quantum News. The Hi Diane, I see you.
Hi.
Hi, Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Hi,
Diana.
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 Hi.
Hi,
Diane.
all the D's, we see you.
The clone activity is amazing. And they're going much too fast, and they're losing their capabilities to make undetectable clones.
Mhm.
It's like it's coming apart.
Yay.
And of course, they don't have alternatives because they don't know about us. But we are the alternative. For example, they talk about quantum computers, but they aren't quantum. They're quantum digital computers.
Yes.
Quantum digital computers make gaps. We remove
Not
them.
analog.
The quantum analog computers are us. Once we achieve mastery. So, in a sense, we're a computer, but energy is used in egos and computers. And the quantum 388 was redone. And it's worth noting that everything except the beginning is red. Everything. Everything is red. Which means it's not what we want.
Right.
It's what we are mastering.
Yes.
So the only masters are masters. And the only way to master it is through quantum. You can't do it except the way we're doing it. And that's why we're going to become center stage very quickly. The number of hits on the website they're growing. Right now they're running in the mid 150s.
Oh.
2 years ago they were running at 50. Our group is growing.
Yay.
Yeah, it's really exciting, and everybody's contributing in their own way. It's not like they're duplicates; they aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Catherine, now you're showing up as a KA, but your picture still isn't showing.
Yeah, I can't.
There
There
you
you
go.
Oh, you're
go.
There's
there.
your picture.
No,
You just did it.
You did it.
fine.
But I can't see me. I'm on my phone. I couldn't make the computer connection work.
Okay.
So
You
so I
should
don't know.
be. You should
Can
be.
see
on
you
the
now.
low-
Well,
We can see
we
you.
see you.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well, hello everybody. It's
So
great to be
whatever
here.
Hello, Catherine.
red part of
Good
you
to have
is
you.
trying
Hello.
to hide, you're not hiding.
So from myself, okay. Well,
So
I had a question about a clone.
please go ahead.
Can a soul hide behind a clone?
No, a clone is totally technology.
All right. Thank you.
It is totally a computer.
Is it like a holographic sort of? Does it show on the media as holographic technical stuff as an image?
I don't know.
Oh,
All I just recognize. I don't even bother to go further than that. I can tell by looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
How can you tell by looking at them? Like, what do you see that's different than?
I just see all the computing. It's basically a computer in a skin suit. And if the skin isn't manufactured well, and if the genome is not interfaced with well, the RNA doesn't work right, and the image just looks awful. I mean, that's basically it, and that comes through practice.
Yeah.
And if you look at the eyes, there is no soul in them. There is
Hector.
Hey, Peter.
hi Hector.
Nice to
I
see
had
you.
Oh, look at the eyes always. Look at the eyes. And
I can't see your eyes, Hector.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
Hector's correct.
Yes.
take your sunglasses.
There
There you go.
There you are.
In the eyes. That's how you see it.
Okay.
But it's, believe yourself. It's really part of believing your magnificence. You're still not used to believing your magnificence.
What about knowing your magnificence instead of believing?
That's That's good.
It's even better.
But you probably you certainly recognize bad clones. Good clones takes a while. But bad clones, and so many of the people are clones.
Are they
Well,
sort
an
of
example.
androgynous looking?
Well, he's a clone. There are several clones of Trump. One has gold hair, one has white hair.
Oh, I see.
See, it's being very observant. That's what it boils down to. And that's what you're trained to do. Why is one of the criteria 0 errors? Because you won't make any errors. Why is it so important to understand consciousness and brain and mind and thought? Because those are the 4 pillars. And how do you know if you're dealing with a clone or not? The answer is practice.
So, Peter, could you say at times, say you're with a group of people and somebody stands out as just not feeling right? So your feeling is telling you, or your inner abilities are telling you that something's not right with that person, and yet I maybe don't have the practice to see the technology behind the skin, but I feel something is off about the person. Is that an indication?
I actually see it.
So you can't trust that if a person feels off and you just feel not right about that person, that's no indicator.
No. You see that person is not a soul.
Okay.
Is a clone.
Erica,
So they're very predictable, aren't they?
Lots of digital gaps. Clones have so many digital gaps.
Yeah, it's predictable.
Okay.
Erica, another thing is there's people
If
here.
a clone, just to key your point, if a clone is there, whoever made the clone doesn't know about digital gaps. But once you see digital gaps, they're none there. You don't even get to it because it isn't even close.
It's like a non-flowing sort of interaction. It's a non-flowing interaction.
Well, eventually, Bernadette, it just is. You just see that's a clone. And then the technical part of you will say, good job, or that is really poor. I mean, you look at it like a computer in skin.
So when you met Bill Gates, did you, when you wanted to have a shower, did you sort of feel like he was a clone?
No, that was 1981 when I met Bill twice, and I didn't even start writing about quantum until 2017. My life was divine until then.
I see. How did you feel about him then when you met him then?
I didn't like, he was just really negative.
Was he?
And he was a person I would never trust.
Yes.
So, Peter, just in the.
Diane, you were gonna share something.
Sorry.
Yeah, Erica,
Yes,
to
Yeah.
answer your question a little bit, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
There are beings from other planets that are here, that have been here a long time. About 20 some years ago, I met a man, and his energy was so extremely different than what I had felt from other humans. And I said something to him, and he knew that I was safe to tell the truth. He told me the truth, and he wasn't from this planet. He was here
Wow.
to do a project with his wife, who was also not from here. So when you come up with that, it may be somebody from another solar system or another planet, and they're okay. You'll get the feeling that they're okay, they're safe. It might not be a clone.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah, yes,
Thank
but
you.
feeling safe is a different word, isn't it?
Yeah.
Remember, if you look at the last 500,000 zeros of experience, one of the big changes from my point of view is the fact that we have to have a quote unquote car for each star system. And before, we had a car for creation. But that car of 1,000,000 is now a car that is designed for a star system. And we, the Milky Way galaxy, are a star system. So 1,000 times 1,000 is 1,000,000. 1,000 times 1,000 star systems is 1,000,000. But you can't have big cars anymore because each star system is so different. And that's a way to understand how fast we are changing.
So what you mean is, Peter, that a car has a driver and
Right.
like a point person driver, and there aren't many passengers.
999 passengers. And half of them are sitting on the right, and half of them are sitting on the left.
So what does that mean?
Pardon me?
What does that mean?
It means the view is very different if you're on the right side. It's information oriented. If you're on the left side, it's love oriented. Love and positivity.
I see.
Does everybody get to go
what's
on?
the driver? What's the driver? Where
The
does he look?
Well, the driver can go on either side,
Oh, I see.
and you shift one other.
You can the driver can shift from the love to the light.
Yeah, if the driver picks the left side, the driver's having experiences about love.
Yes.
If the driver picks the right side, then the driver's having experiences about truth.
Okay, so where's the magnificence in all of that?
The magnificence is making the choice, period.
Making the choice, okay.
Remember, it's called self-choice. And it shows in a different color. And once you're out long enough, your self-choices lead to mastery. And once you have mastery, then you have happy, fun, growth in the sphere, and your quantum analog. You know there's no time. You know that it is time is a coordinate system.
Yes.
Which I lost.
Thank you, Peter. Yes.
Does everybody get to become the driver?
Oh yeah, many times.
Many times, okay.
Many times.
So we are each our own driver.
You have calluses on your bottom, Judy.
So we're our own driver.
Just sitting
Peter.
too long.
Right.
Sitting too long.
And driving.
Yeah, but you veer to the left and to the right, Peter. You
It's
don't have
more
that many
stressful
calluses.
driving because you can't move around as much.
Does every car have 1,000 passengers? Oh, 99.
Yeah.
Oh, will some
Is that the
cars only
different-
have 500 or 200?
Well, every car is 1,000.
Ah, okay.
Is that the star
And
system
you
thing?
can drive on the right side or you can drive on the left side.
So that's according to the star systems, the galaxies.
Yes.
Yes, the information from the galaxies.
There are 1,000 of those. There are
Yes.
1,000 different cars. But the
Okay.
basic point is the driver can drive either side, and we've all been drivers many, many times.
So how do we know when we're actually driving?
Our Magnificence says,
So we're not remote controlled at that point.
well, once you cross the quantum threshold, you're not remote controlled.
No. So we're the driver then at
Correct.
that point. Yeah.
Well, no, not necessarily.
Oh.
But it's like a driver's license. You have to be a certain age before you can have one. Where age is experience and practice.
Yes.
Analogy-wise.
Yes.
Hey,
It's a great analogy. Thank you, Peter.
Wow, that's
Yeah.
really good to explain that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's clear.
Now,
Can I just
Alex isn't here, are you?
Nuno wants to say something.
Okay.
It's okay, Peter. Just going a little bit to the clones part and referring to the 37 return to quantum stages. The stage 0 is clone. So what I'm wondering is that stage for every one of us? So when we drift so far apart of our I don't know, maybe magnificence or soul, we can
Or ego.
or ego, we can be clones ourselves.
Oh
I don't
yeah,
know if
you can be cloned.
Okay, thank you. Because I feel that one time in my life I felt like a clone and I didn't like it. I don't know if this is correct.
Is that when you were pushed to go to school, Nuno?
Well, it related to that age, maybe, but I really felt I was drifting to nowhere. I feel I wasn't in touch with anything, so it was very vivid. I was 17, perhaps.
17.
And I
Can you
had
be
no-
cloned without your knowledge?
Well, I guess it was a choice also, because I made the choice then not to be one, to go, the other way. I didn't know where to go, but I didn't want to go that way.
You made a choice, but to make a choice, you had to give yourself choice. And to decide not to do something that you didn't understand what it was a computer in skin, how could you make a true choice? You couldn't.
Okay.
So your magnificence, put yourself in a clone suit and understood it and rejected it.
You all right, Nuna?
Hmm?
I just went somewhere.
Can you turn up your
Thank you,
volume
Peter.
a little
Thank
bit,
you so
Nuno?
much.
No,
Hey,
you're too soft, buddy.
I don't
Turn up
see
your
any
volume.
Just
way.
put it a bit louder, Nuna, and the volume.
Oh, how is it
Better.
right now?
That's better, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hey, no way that you can be a clone. Clone are created. You are quantum. If you are in this group, you are quantum and you have been quantum. So
Yes, but he put himself in a suit, Hector. He puts himself in a clone suit, like a computer, digital.
Yeah,
But
it
that
See,
feels
doesn't
like
mean that doesn't
Hector,
mean that you're
our magnificence is so strong that it can do that. We're not going to stay long.
yeah, you chose to have that experience, but that doesn't mean that you are a quantum.
Oh, no,
yes,
no.
I realize.
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
I realize
Quantum,
that.
let's just go back to quantum. No new balance and then growth, which doesn't count because it's the same word. And out here, as we have our different experiences, some of the experiences are awful, but we had them so that we would never consider them again.
Yes.
We are that powerful. So never get confused about the wrapper that you are choosing as at the minute in your essence. And your essence is quantum. And none of us for 5,000 super cycles were anything but quantum. And there was no magnificence the first 5,000. None. And then that's what one of the things we added. So we are amazing beings now that the quantum strength has become available June 1st, 2016. Before that, we were quantum a joke. Doing something from quantum. But now it's there, quantum strength. It's common. We all reach for the same one. And it is unbelievably strong. It's been fully tested. The tests were complete as of February 2019. February 25th. The 26th was fully available. It wasn't before that. It was close, but it wasn't there. So
do you know now, Hector?
Pardon me?
I'm just asking Hector if you're are you all right about that now, Hector? Hector?
No, I'm okay. I just wanted to make sure to realize that if you are quantum, you cannot downgrade to be a clone. You are in this group. You are quantum. There's no way.
I was referring to a different experience, and we had quite
exactly like Peter said. We have been chosen experience in the darkness, killing people, stealing, and doing all those ugly things. But you have been choosing different type of spirit in the light. But that doesn't mean that that is what you are.
No, of course I understand that. It's just to make sense of so much things in our lives, in our experience. It's very important what Peter is sharing right now, even about clones, because I was always wondered about that, and I work with the zero stage, the clone stage a lot because I relate to it. I don't know.
And even though no, that
To
is in the
master, of
past.
course.
That is in the past. Focus on now what you can do to be better. Focus on now what you can do to be happy,
Oh yeah,
to be
yeah.
joyful,
Thank
to
you.
have fun.
Thank you.
There you are.
Thank you.
Yay!
Thank you, Peter.
You're welcome.
Very deep, very deep.
Yeah, it is.
Peter,
Yes.
why is clones at stage 0? Does it mean that we all began at, if we all began at 0, that we all began at some point as a clone?
No, it basically means that you're useless.
Yeah.
That's why it's a 0.
Zero has no value.
But did we all go through that stage?
No. We know what a clone is. Many of us have experienced a clone, but we find out there's nothing of value. The clone was fabricated by teams that weren't quantum.
A team?
They're computer.
Thank you.
And basically, there is such demand from the people Charlie is speaking. And those of you news, Kirsten giving her last name, and but Charlie doesn't understand quantum.
Who doesn't understand quantum?
Charlie Ward, Dr. Charlie Ward.
Oh,
Right.
sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
But
You can tell from what he says.
he understands pre-quantum really well.
Ah.
And
Locked up.
if you think the best of pre-quantum, to me, that's what he.
Oh dear.
So Peter, what's the one word that you said represented that means quantum, pre-quantum again, rather than the 20?
Pre-quantum is I mean, it's so obvious if you, in the first, they have 20 rules. 20 rules for pre-quantum. That's in the first Charlie Ward video. We have 2 words. Non-bias.
Non-bias, that's it.
Those 2, so 20 rules, that's what they have. And we have 2 words. Non-bias.
Peter,
Yes.
it's Jan. I heard him refer to quantum entanglement once, but you can tell he was not using the definition that we use, because it was almost like a mechanical, a computer kind of a function, not anything that represented, strength, quantum strength.
Correct.
So I thought, well, are we going to clue him in, or
it's a term
was that a rule word?
No, they use it a lot in quantum physics and quantum mechanics.
Yes.
Yeah, but was it a pre-quantum rule word?
It's there are a whole lot of rules, and it's all based on consciousness.
Yes.
And if you look at some of the channelings, they're talking about higher consciousness. What's the difference between higher consciousness and consciousness? None. You just them different programming,
Yes.
i.e. rules.
Yes.
Rules.
So
It's like humanity. We need
what are
rules,
we
right?
doing? I mean, we're going to two words. No. How do you get there? It'll
Looks like
be different by
Harry's
every
parked somewhere
one.
and making a noise.
Catherine, she just got in her car.
Yes, I'm going to take you with me.
You're the driver.
Yeah, and I'm on the left side. Well, I want to be on the right
Oh,
side.
wow. I'm going with you then. Yes.
I've got to meet a friend for lunch, and I thought I don't want to leave this family, but I love you all, so I just want to say, and I don't know how long I'll stay connected. I can't even find my camera. Anyway, that's.
Oh.
It's okay. I know.
Go ahead and mute.
Have a nice time, Catherine.
Thank you. Good seeing you all. Thank you. Love you.
Thank you. Bye.
See you, Catherine.
See you.
Peter,
Yes.
you know, time is like ticking away, and it's like the time flies when we're on this call. And I feel very strongly that you have important things that you need to share based on last night. I'm just wondering what else you would like to share with us based on you know everything that happened last night and what's going on. What else you're talking about clones? Anything else that we need to?
Well, yeah. It's really weird. I'm a true technologist. I mean, really, with tremendous skills.
Yes.
And I spent all day on the phone yesterday with Apple. And it turned out that I had a G in Juno's email address, and that G is a Q. Mm-hmm. But for months, it worked with the G.
Wow.
And finally, after several hours on the phone with Apple, it took you and it didn't work. Mm-hmm. And yet, if I got a message from one person and Nuno was in there, and I could give a reply. But Apple's made a change, and it no longer worked. I changed everything all day. Treasuron, best way to call it. I changed the G to a Q, and everything worked.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And it just shows the importance of giving up. It also shows Apple continually makes their environment.
And what did you say? Apple does what?
Continuously makes their environment better.
Okay. Improvements.
Yeah.
They just never give up.
Mm-hmm. Just like you.
Yeah. So
simplify.
I am a little towards Apple, and I use Apple, and there's a reason for it. Mm-hmm. I never give up. They never give up. But I never had a situation where the approach fine. So I had to get.
You broke up there, Peter.
They get better, so I have to get.
Yeah.
And it reached to the queue.
It was that simple. I changed a G in Nuno's address to a Q,
Yes.
and it was Noreen who helped with that last piece, and that solved all the problem.
Yay, Noreen.
Yay.
And Apple.
What a powerful team.
Hey,
Noreen and
hey,
Apple.
thank you. But you know, if you guys are really interested in clones, just watch Joe Biden and you'll know.
Yeah.
I'm not that
Pelosi
interested.
Good.
That's a clone breaking down.
And,
Yeah. Kamala Harris has been
glitching.
That's true. Kamala Harris has been cloned. Yes.
yeah, everybody has one. Yes.
so, and they're good ones.
Yeah.
Is Trump not a clone?
Who?
This is Esther. Is Trump not a clone?
Who? Trump. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's a clone. There's a version with white hair and a version with gold hair.
Oh,
What about his blue and red
lately.
ties?
Yeah.
His blue and red ties.
Hey, I just have
Is he
to dust
cloned
off.
for his protection
Yeah.
so that when he's in a dangerous place?
Yeah, that's part of it. But the
Well, that would
point
make good
is,
sense.
the point is, rather than reasons, that technology exists. Period.
Yeah.
Yes.
And once you're a master, you're not going to be fooled.
Yes.
But up until then, you can be.
Yes.
And clones are basically computers, very sophisticated.
Yes. It's hidden, more hidden.
Yes.
Yes.
But Diana, did Peter address that which you wanted him to address already?
No.
You know what? I didn't have any agenda. I just wanted to say, the time goes so quick. So I'm just saying this is where we're at. So is there anything else that you wanted to share about that? Because clones are the big topic right now. It's a very important topic. There's a ton of them right now based on everything that's happening in the world. And obviously we need to understand that, what the purpose is, how to tell the difference. Peter, we had someone in our group going back that was a clone, did we not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Donna D has done a lot of work with clones. Also.
I have. You said I have.
Yes,
Yeah.
Donna.
What?
Yes.
And see, you wouldn't recognize it.
I have done a lot of work with clones. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who are they?
And I think I have to dust off.
How come I have done a lot of work with clones?
Yes.
That's a skill, Donna.
that's skilled.
Yeah.
I'm
have
assuming this is not in my experience in this life, right?
Not in your consciousness.
No. That's life.
Yeah.
That's life, right? Okay.
I also have to dust off some experience filaments.
Remember the last.
Yeah, you'll have to, Noreen.
The last 1,000 supercycles. Basically, all your experiences are cool. And all your practice is cool. And that's who you really are. And part of what you're getting in touch with are those experiences in your practice.
I'm sticking with you, Donna.
Our experience and practice is enormous.
Yeah.
And the first section, about 300 words, it is so complete that if you don't understand every word as an individual dot here, you're not taking advantage of what you have. You can almost master that first section and skip the rest of the 13 pages. But you can't, because the rest, every word is really valuable. So just, some days you spend 5 minutes on the website, and some days you spend hours on the website.
Yeah.
But all days practice.
And thank you, Peter, for all the additions that you made, and even today. I mean, everything that you're adding, it just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, it does.
That was great.
It's like you said with Apple, you were pushing and pulling and pushing and pulling.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
Yes.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really cool.
Thank
He's
you.
amazing.
Thank you, Peter.
Yeah.
Peter,
It's very valuable.
Well, this is Sunshine. I'm wondering if any of you are interested in hearing more about Randy.
yes. I
Oh,
have a
yes,
question.
yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
He passed away Monday morning, the 17th. And they went shopping, which is their normal thing to do on a Monday morning, at 7 in the morning, so they wouldn't have to wear masks. And basically within the first few minutes, Gina noticed that he looked, well, he said he wasn't feeling well. So she had him sit down, gave him some water, and felt his forehead. It was ice cold, and he was white. And then a few seconds later, he toppled over onto the floor and started shaking like a person does when they're dying. These are her words. And so people started doing CPR. The paramedics were called. They took him to the hospital. Excuse me. And then the doctors worked on him. And at like half an hour later, the doctor said his heart just is not taking the beat. There's no more we can do. So he passed basically before 9 a.m. on the 17th, which was especially difficult for me because that was my husband's birthday, August 17th. And also, David passed on May 17th. And so the other day when Peter put the information on the website or on the, on the phone, I was just going to call Randy and tell him, I'm awake and we can talk this morning. I'm so excited. And then I see Peter's message that he had just died. So Gina had tried to get a hold of me for 5 days and finally found Peter's number and called him. So he had put it on, and then she found Lorraine's number and she sent me a text, but with my phone, it didn't get to me till the next day, which is typical up here. So she said, well, so she had a lot that she wanted to share, and she said that he'd never been sick a day in his life. He's always been healthy. And just that morning, he had a lot of pain in his back, and he said, well, let's go shopping anyway, because they need to do that. So anyway, she's barely eaten, barely slept. And a friend from her church has put up a GoFundMe page, which I'm going to send the link to Lorraine.
I already have it, Sunshine.
Oh, good. Okay, yeah, I asked her to, so I'm glad.
I have an email ready to go to everybody with
Perfect.
that link and a couple of his YouTube videos on just
Excellent.
showcasing his skills. He was
Excellent.
Amazing drum player. So.
Yeah. So I wanted to give a little few minutes history, a eulogy for him. and because I shared it with Gina this morning, and she said, "Oh my God, would you make a copy for me? You know some of the things I don't even." So at age 13, he would. Is that okay? Would you like me to share?
Oh,
yeah.
yes, please.
Thank
Okay.
you. Thank you.
So,
Honey, I can't see your mouth. I can only see the top of your head.
well, that's
Don't
okay.
worry about it, Erica.
So anyway, at age 13, he was on the Lawrence Welk show a couple times, and then Disney picked him up, and he worked for Disney for years and years. Then he worked up through the trades, and worked with a number of name bands. He was really exceptional. He was known as the next Gene Krupa. If you know anything about drumming, you've heard that name. And they used to call him that. They'd call him Randy Krupa. And so anyway, he was, making his way up and up and up and up the ladder. And he was invited to these private parties. And they were doing things that he did not approve of and didn't agree with. So he totally dropped out of the music business. He'd been making a bucket of money for his wonderful talent and his wonderful sense of humor and his good-naturedness. But he felt he couldn't go there. So he barely touched on it, but we know what things happen in the entertainment business with Satanism, etc. And so he thought, forget it. So of course he was blacklisted. So he went from megabucks. He told me one time how much he made a month, and I said, that was how much you made a month rather than a year? And he said, yeah. So I admire him so much for what courage it must have taken dropping out, and losing that income.
Mm-hmm.
So then 10 years ago, he had found, I guess through the entertainment friends, he knew about the RV things and had bought currency. So his words were, well, Gina and I knew it was going to happen that week. So I gave away buckets of money, and because we wouldn't need it next week. So then the last, so they've been married for the last 14 years. So for the last 15 years, his family, his children have not talked with him at all. They've totally blacklisted him. And so it's been very difficult for them.
Mm-hmm.
So basically right now, she has no life insurance, no death benefits. And with the COVID, she was, once a year, she would get money in, a lot of money in, because she was she did income tax.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, income tax was shut off. So she didn't get that income.
Yes.
She's a soloist at a church. So the church was the choir director was the one that set up the GoFundMe page, which is really sweet.
Okay.
So she was sharing that a friend of hers, or heart sister of hers from Oregon, came down to stay with her, and she has people, all sorts of people, like one is handling the crematorium, another is handling this, another is handling that. So, and she has so appreciated everyone's comments from this group and the support, and she said, oh, sunshine, Randy so loved the people. And I remember, I met him back right after we brought the water forward in 2014. And he would say, oh, I listened to Peter's call 3 times. Can you explain what this means? Yeah. He was so faithful in listening to the calls. So, I know, and I felt from my husband this morning that my husband greeted him and thanked him for being such a wonderful friend to me, and that he observed Randy and Bud holding hands, like holding elbow to elbow. You know how men will sometimes grip each other elbows, and they were jumping up and down in a circle for joy. So that was, and I asked Gina, if she wanted me to share this, and she said yes, please be my spokesperson. So
Yeah.
So Noreen undoubtedly will send out the GoFundMe page, and if
Yeah.
you choose to donate, that would be
Yeah.
lovely.
Yeah, I was waiting for her response because I had asked her if you need to send the funds to her directly or use the GoFundMe page. And so I haven't heard back from her.
Yeah, she's super busy right now, just
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
keeping things together. So
Yeah.
I'll ask her that. I'll remind her, Noreen. Thank you, honey.
Yeah, and otherwise I'll send it out tonight sometime if I haven't heard
Terrific.
anything. Yeah.
I'll get through to her and let her know. Let you know, honey.
Whenever, yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for letting me share.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sonny. That was
Thank you.
beautiful.
Thank you. And if you ever want to hear, I have some cute little personal snippets of his humor, and at some point I'll share. But I know it's time to get off the phone, so off the
thank
call.
you, Sonny.
There's
It'd
no
be nice
time.
to
You
see
can
all
go.
that.
Go for it.
You're welcome. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Yeah. In closing, let me share. I did not see the completeness of that section at the top of the webpage. You came from quantum, so it really is worthy of your time.
Yes.
And worthy of converting each word to a dot. And again, I want to remind you that a dot is really a sphere.
Yes.
It contains the line, contains the triangle, contains all your experience.
And the colours.
Practice. Everything is in that section of about 300.
Okay, thank you, Peter.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, Peter.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Well,
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, I'll stop the
Bless
recording
you.
in a second here.
Bye. Happy
With
weekend.
you, Peter.
Thank you,
Bye.
Peter.
Bye, Peter.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.